Greetings and welcome to Die Drug and Die presents the Grimstone Chronicles Season 4, Episode 28. I am your DM and host, joined by the full Ontario crew. How is everyone doing on this fine Thursday evening?
Yay!
Yay! Hey, Mark.
Yo.
It's good to see you, Mark.
You too?
Yep. we missed your last game. Hopefully you caught the show, or you were able to watch what happened.
I caught
last
up,
episode. Okay, cool. You're all caught up.
How do you like the negotiations with the kobolds?
Dominate person? Yeah, that's a fact.
It's
Just
like,
get
"Yeah,
over
nah,
it."
we're done.
I'm like, Thogrim's trying to be like, all right, okay, fine, let's not be assholes. Let's just be good. Oh, screw this crap thing forever. What'd you do your thing?
Bring me the books.
Every once in a while, it's good to have an encounter where you're just so much more powerful, and you get to be the big cheese, walking with the big stick.
Just flex a little bit.
Yep.
Straight flexing.
Yep.
I scraped a bunch of ice off my driveway just in time for the new snowfall. It was.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I didn't want I was like, somebody is going to die if we don't clear this up because we got all the snow that was trapped under the car that got turned into ice over the weeks. So got that scraped, and then I've been playing I've got all the old Tomb Raider games.
Mm-hmm.
Tomb Raider Anniversary is one that I missed because it was a remake of the original Tomb Raider. It's really, really, really good. And you play it, and it's like the new Tomb Raider games are bad.
Yeah.
They just it's so lazy, the new ones.
Well, yeah.
well built levels that are puzzles with platforming and sequences and route finding, and the new ones are like fucking Drake's Adventure or whatever.
More action.
And it's like all the level design turned into set piece design. It's like, no, give me level design. Give me a puzzle to solve, not a movie to push X to not die through.
Oh, it sounded awful. That sounds awful.
Quick time events or games of the future, Adam. Just accept it.
Oh, dude, that sounds. I guarantee that was an interview in 2008. 2008, there would have been an interview going quick time. God of War 2 came out, and it's like quick time events. They had them in Resident Evil 4. We mean everything now.
All right. Ahmed, what have you been up to?
So I had Perfect Storm in my kitchen. What was that? It was fresh pita bread, and out of the fryer chicken, chicken fingers that are like this fat, and fresh cheese curds, and then there was warm gravy, and Diana sauce, the barbecue sauce. Yeah. So I made this gorgeous chicken cheese barbecue pita sandwich.
You made chicken poutine where instead of fries.
No fries.
That's what I mean.
No, just
it was
chicken with
chicken
with the
finger
cheese.
Poutine.
Oh, chicken, cheese, and barbecue sauce, and wrapped it up in this fresh, very soft, delicious bread, and so it's nice and flat.
Okay.
And then I dipped it in gravy.
He doesn't know the word panini press, but he's describing a panini press.
Yeah, no. I dipped it in gravy. I was convincing myself not to do it as I was doing it. I mean, it was painful, but god damn, I didn't even leave the kitchen. I started let's just taste it, and I finished it right there. I didn't even get to sit down. It was so goddamn good.
So you must be at the point in parenthood where you hide tasty food from your children.
Oh hell yeah! I'm like, there's a bag of chips. My infant comes. I'm like, oh fuck. Carrots, just carrots, son. Look, carrots.
Sticking the chips in the really high cupboards.
Pretty much, yeah.
In Ahmed's house, we all know the really high cupboards are just called the cupboards.
It's 5 feet tall. Can't get anything here. Look at these guys.
They've got one of those library ladders for their kitchen.
It's on rails.
It's on
on rails.
Rails and wheels and shit.
I'm the tallest one in the house. Yassine's catching up. He's up to here now. That's crazy. He's up to my.
Okay, so you had a reverse chicken poutine sandwich.
Oh, dude. Well, okay. So that really wasn't the bad part. The bad part was I had another one.
The first one was the
I
problem.
was like, oh, so good. I finished it. I midway finishing. I was like, oh no, this is hurting, but I still kept going.
So is this the mess as
That
in
was my
you messed
pleasure.
yourself up, or the kitchen was
Oh,
a mess
I
after?
frigged myself.
Okay,
The
alright.
perfect storm. All the perfect ingredients were there in the perfect state.
Hmm.
So it's like, couldn't get any better. And yeah, it was
Recently,
delicioso.
I've been like, somebody mentioned to me that Tums commercials are stupid because the whole point of the Tums commercial is like, oh, I ate so much pizza, my belly hurts. Take this Tums, and then the guy goes, I can have more pizza. And it's like, maybe you should analyze your food choices and not just throw a Tums on top to solve this fucking thing. Like, this is it. And then I was over here going, it hurts so much, but I wanted it. It's like, it's the guy from the Tums commercial.
I can do it. I survived. I mean, I had a food coma.
Whatever doesn't kill you just leaves you really close to death.
There was a serious food coma. I was out by like 9. I was good though. Anyway, that was me. It was a very exciting life.
Mark, what's going on with you?
Not much.
Work?
Watched a lot of TV lately.
Yeah, what'd you watch?
I finally watched Andor.
Yeah, it was
And,
good.
The first couple episodes were good, but
Oh my God, are they?
And then I stopped because
Greedy Star Wars.
It's very adult Star Wars. Like the plot could have been for any. Like you could have put it in a medieval setting, like fantasy setting, whatever. It would have been good. It was pretty good though. I was because I hadn't seen much advertisement for it, but
So you recommend finishing it?
yeah, I recommend finishing it. Like it gets. There is some slog to get through because they only put action in where action belongs. They're not throwing it in just because. Well, it's.
I'm okay with this.
Oh, Star Wars and lasers.
and I will say this. Crap, I forget his name now. What's the actor? The guy who did Golem.
Yeah.
Sudeikis? No.
No,
The guy who's like the
Golem actor.
The actor.
he does like almost
Circus,
every
Andy
friggin'
Serkis.
monster for like
Yeah.
a decade.
Yeah,
He did the bad
okay
guy.
it's okay to let that man outside a mocap suit. Okay, he can act. He can act.
Well, he was. You remember Wakanda something? The first movie. He was the
Yeah,
guy that
that's
had
right.
that weird arm.
Yes,
Yeah, he was a great actor in that.
No, he was hamming up the scenes. Like, yeah, he was good in that for what he was doing.
The Claw.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's his name. He was fantastic.
but no, he plays a prisoner in this movie, and it's adult Star Wars where you're like, yeah, the Jedi would ruin this story, ruin it.
Cool.
Anyway, that's what I watched.
Yeah, I finished season 3 of Succession. I went through that series pretty quickly. It's sort of a drama. There were parts where it's like, this is sort of how modern day nobility would act. It's not necessarily like fantasy or sci-fi. It's just basically drama. What else? I started the series White Lotus, and I'm not sure about it. It's about people at a vacation resort. It's like more of this, and people are weird.
What's that on?
HBO. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if it's for me, but there are some. Yeah, I haven't formed an attachment to any of the characters yet. We're in like episode 2, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll finish this. But it's the music at the beginning is well done. The set is amazing because it's Hawaii. Of course, you're not gonna mind that the tropics sort of thing. I don't know. I'll pretty much watch anything and chew through it, and it's one way to pick up mannerisms or minor plot lines or details when you're trying to come up with NPCs on the fly.
Yeah, every now and then you'll watch a show. It's like it's not that good, but there's this one character that's really fucking.
Right. It's supposed to get weird, and that was the promise. Like it's supposed to kind of like people are gonna increasingly. There's some sort of dissonance in the place, and I don't know if it's just the plot or if it's just as people arrive at the same time and then they start to get bored and they start to act out. I don't know where it's going, and I'm hoping that there's some like horror element to it, but I might be overthinking.
The movie Wandering Earth 2 is a high recommend from Adam.
Okay.
It's a Chinese film. It's in theaters right now. It is really long. It's 3 hours long. Doesn't feel like it. It feels like 2, but that's still a long time. Like I think movies should be like 90 minutes is actually a good length for a film. 100 minutes.
3 hours and 20 mintes. No, shorter.
It's just shy of 3 hours. But when you add previews and stuff, it starts to be like when you get to the theater at 9:20 and you leave at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's a long time in movie theater, right? 1:30 in the morning. Hey.
Well, instead of doing 2 movies, you squish them both together and you trick the audience into thinking the movie is almost over.
it does do that a little bit. Like there are phases to it where it's like
Batman?
you can stop and come back. Oh, that got a sequel. I can't believe that piece of crap Batman film gets a sequel, and they fire Henry Cavill as Superman. That is a travesty of. Anywho,
yeah.
Wandering Earth 2. It's a cool sci-fi flick about like technology and its impact on humanity and world governments and how they interact, and it shows a positive outlook for the future, which is nice. It has like good characters, good character development, and it takes place over 50 years, so you see like life development sort of thing of the characters. Like they started as like near children and then move all the way through the phases of their life. Little bit of Chinese propaganda thrown in just for fun. You're gonna notice that the Americans are kind of sad sacks of shit in every scene where the Americans are supposed to be powerful. They're kind of sacks of crap most of the time. They're bitching and moaning and not being useful. Like they're in a lot of scenes, but they're mostly just complaining.
Americans are going to complain.
It does really good stuff with technology. Like they use a lot of robots and computer technology that is really like near current tech. So like drone soldiers and this sort of thing, and then like translator tech where people have little things in their ears. So like the Russians are working with the Chinese, are working with the French, are working with the Americans, and they're each speaking their own language in the movie. And you can hear the translation as like the secondary thing underneath them talking, and then like all the words are on the screen. So you have to read. Everybody has to read the film, but it's just really cool, really well done. It's kind of nice to see something where it's like.
Do you have to watch the first movie?
Not at all.
Okay, because I don't remember the first movie being very good.
The first movie was so the first movie on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb was like a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
And the second one is an 8.
All right.
So, and that's the current rating.
The audience score, not the critic score.
Well, yeah, the first one was like a teen drama. That takes place 50 years after this first movie takes place.
Got it.
This is the giant fucking budget film.
It'll go into the list. It'll be consumed eventually.
It's shockingly good.
Why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? Last game was called Of Acid. Thogrim is summoned before the Council of Overlook. The Great Elder Dvorak.
Yeah, those are two different things. One of them's a keyboard, and the other one's a lord.
Dvorak is strangely absent. The Steel Rose Expeditionary League travels to Denevar and reunites with an old member. The party learns about the Hush, the Drakhorn, the activities of the Cult of the Chromatic Ascendancy, and the infamous Tiefling Thurge, named Macath. Barnabus, Aemon, Thogrim, Slake, and Widget travel to Nezra Falls in search for a wayward cult leader who apparently lost his mask and is rooting around an ancient Snake Man temple for some reason. And the others are teleporting to a remote tropical island, and we will probably get to their little side quest on Saturday.
I see the angels.
So specifically, the party tracked down via powerful divination spell the location of a cultist by the name of Varram. Varram the White. He's also got the same last name as the dwarf that tried
Set the trap.
to blow up Thogrim at Boardman's Watch. And I'm just searching for their name.
That guy was Dick.
That guy was controlled.
He should have been better at his job of not
Yeah.
and the whole town.
I swear I had the name, and then I don't know where it went.
Hey, Mark, how's your mute button? I don't mind the mukbang ASMR, but I don't know if everybody enjoys
The crunching. Yeah, Varram was Ulgum's younger brother, or is Ulgum's younger brother, and their last name is Vaststone. You know that Varram got kicked out of being an arcane student of the Archmage of Denevar because he had several incidents with cursed items and forbidden lore. He just couldn't keep his sticky hands off of it, and he sought these things out. It is no surprise to Thogrim that he ended up being a cultist that worshipped dragons. And it sounds like he wasn't a very good one if he lost his artifact. And...
Yeah, he's kind of a doofus, especially since we think he's being used for ritual sacrifice right now.
How he got high in the ranking?
I had a very
18
similar situation in high school when I came home from a party without a jacket, and my parents told me, "Well, you go back to the party, you don't come back without your fucking jacket."
And that was the last time Mark ever set foot in his house.
And he never saw his parents again.
Sorry, Mark. Didn't mean to out you.
Okay. I still get Christmas cards.
They all go, "Did you find your jacket?"
You can have a Merry Christmas when you find your jacket.
Oh, goodness. This explains so much.
It's the reverse bread and milk.
Started early night.
Damien and Barnabus is just Mark showing his true self. All right, so you track down Varram to a tomb of an older diviner, and it looks like by the design of this tomb is that, and the location is that this was a place that was even further back in time, belonging to Nagaji or even Yuan-Ti. The door to the massive temple opened after you destroyed the stone Naga golem things. And I'm going to collect you guys up and move you to a different map that is top down.
Question.
Yes.
Did they have items?
No, but Thogrim, given time, like on the
Could
afternoon,
scrape some materials.
could probably salvage some materials from them.
Okay. Cool.
Only we captured one alive.
Spells are not that easy to do.
All right, I'm going to force
This
you...
wasn't some stupid golem, right? This wasn't like a, CR10 thing.
All right, I'm going to force you guys to a map that is a downward-looking view. Let's make this player visible. And unfog. So this cliff face is actually the side of the temple, and in the platform, like walkway, there are some like old buildings made out of a sandstone, little bits of wood, and looks like most of them have crumbled in. There are signs that the kobolds might use these buildings to like dry fish and to have lunch. This particular alcove, or these steps, lead up to the door. The door has now opened, revealing a a dark passageway that ends in a solid stone door that is carved to look like thousands of snakes all interwoven.
Hey, Barnabus, the door's over there. You want to pop it open?
Well, just give me a moment, as my screen is still not loading.
Yeah, I'll guide you in.
I'll try again. Boom. I'm at 40 of 41. Come on, let's go.
That last one is probably the map.
There we go. There we go.
All the gigabits. The megabytes.
That's the door there.
Yeah,
know
the yellow part is the big skull door that raised up.
Okay.
With stone blocks moving sort of inside the construction. The many-ton door you doubt your whole group could lift up, but luckily there's mechanisms that is lifting it. Do you have trap spotter?
No.
Okay.
He's going to look for traps on the way in.
Okay.
Because this is the type of room that darts shoot out in, or the floor gives out.
Yeah, sorry for asking the question before you stated it.
No.
It's just.
But no, it's.
I'd rather get this over on the first one, I suppose, or the first room.
Check for traps all the way up.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is your bonus to detecting traps?
My perception check for traps is 35. We got Good Hope up, so 37.
Okay. And then, Widget, you had survival and you were looking around at things.
Yep.
Could you also give me a... You have a plus 35 mark, you said?
Plus 37 with Good Hope.
Widget's survival is plus 21. Roll it if you'd like.
Yeah, that one I would like a roll.
Yeah, because...
And then I don't know where my fucking dice went.
30.
Okay. So the first thing that Barnabas notices is that the snakes along the door are moving. And,
That's a bad sign.
And like the interwoven pattern of snakes. Every once in a while, one of the snakes comes out and sort of hisses at you, and then goes back into the stone. Aside from that, you don't notice anything overtly troublesome in this first entryway that is still activated. You actually see some holes where there would have been spear and dart traps, but they've all been long ago fired, and they're empty. They're like grime and cobwebs. This door is of concern, and there is definitely magic about the door.
Okay, now can he disable it, or is this a use magic device sort of?
Give me a. The snakes are blocking whatever's underneath it. It's like there's a carpet of.
Widget does have arcane sight, and he can see through darkness at no problem. So.
Okay, let me just have a look at arcane sight. And then the survival was what?
30.
30 from Widget. These snake things have been sitting out here for a while. You would say months, perhaps even a couple of years. But they haven't been out here long enough to really groove the stone.
So yeah, they're not. This temple got reactivated at some point. Like
they weren't out here for 100 years grooving, like making marks.
The stone isn't pristine under them, and have everything else worn down around them as erosion would have.
Yep.
Is there a way to tell how long ago the golems were crafted?
That might take some experimentation in a lab to start to do like effectively half-lives.
So nothing I can do, nothing that I can quickly assess right now.
Their carvings look, just the style of the carvings look really old. That's your top.
That's the best thing that I could. Okay, yeah.
Is the
Never
White
mind.
House really from ancient Greece, or does it just have a bunch of columns?
What
Yeah.
skill? What skill are you using to get a better answer?
Well, I can use craft sculpture to kind of get an idea, or
Do you have any appraise?
yeah, I have an appraise.
Okay.
+2 synergy bonus.
I will give him a +2 synergy bonus for having more than 5 ranks in craft sculpture, and then your appraise can definitely tell you what this is.
29, 30, 31, okay. 37?
These statues are indicative of the Nagaji the Nagaji Yuan-Ti influence culture of the Nesri Falls region, and these statues were likely crafted here, like in this area, and given their style, you would peg them at least over 1,000 years old, because when the Imperials came here and found a snake city ruled by Nagaji, they put an end to that. Now, you might be finding remnants or people that moved back in after the Imperials moved on, but over 1,000 years.
The Imperials also tend to end things with like boots and cannons, and that's kind of like the house is full of fungus. I blow up the house. The fungus is gone. It's like, well, sort of.
Okay, Barnabas, there's carpet of animate stone snakes that are not allowing you to see what the door behind it.
Disbelieve the snakes.
Okay, and then I was going to look at
Start with
Arcane
that.
Sight. Arcane Sight.
I think you have a true seeing running? I know.
You know what? I haven't even checked the token. I just kind of went from what I remember you guys saying last when I watched the game.
There is a moderate illusion
yes, he does.
coming from the door.
He's
So-
got. He's got a. He has true seeing up.
Okay, you get a little bit closer and you concentrate on the true seeing spell, and then you see through the illusory snakes.
There's some sort of illusion going on in there.
And there is a there are sigils on the door. You think that they're Nagaji sigils?
I speak Nagaji.
The sigils are non-magical. Again, there may have been one big one in the center of the door long ago that held a ward, but that ward has been chiseled away.
Okay.
The permanent illusion of a door of snakes still is here.
All right. So, well, he can ignore the illusion and just open the door, I guess. If there's no traps.
Okay. These doors do have a triggering mechanism. You do find the mechanism. You give it a good pull, and the door opens, revealing a longer chamber, about 80 feet in. There's a lot of cobwebs and debris off to the sides of the chamber. There's a clear path where things have traveled back and forth. You can't help but notice or think of really big snake behinds dragging across the floor, clearing a path. There are statues. They're not on the map. Give me a second. These statues look a little bit off. They're a little bit different stone, and they're not of snake people. They are of 6 cowled men in robes, kind of like wizards, if you will. And the statues have been placed flanking the sides of the long hallway. Their faces are obscured by deep hoods. The hollows of their hoods are particularly dark. You do see bones of dozens of humanoids, and some old rusty armor are scattered scattered throughout the room and pushed to the sides.
Okay. You see anything, Widget?
There's another door at the end.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can't see it. all the way
So
this way.
the permanent illusion is stronger. You don't see anything in this room.
Oh, Widget will disbelieve the illusion that
Okay.
he sees an arcane sight.
Yep.
He's also a gnome.
And Barnabas told you it was an illusion.
All right, so got a bonus against illusions. Can't trick me. I am the one who tricks.
You know what? I would accept a ruling from Marty that said just because Barnabas tells Aemon a wall of snakes isn't real doesn't mean Aemon believes it.
24, I rolled a poop, so I might be like, are you sure?
24 is... So the DC would be... Yeah, it's good enough.
Okay.
The DC on this one is 22.
Okay. Yeah, so then Widget will just describe the back of the room because this is further than Barnabas can see.
Yeah, you see through the illusion, your arcane sight, there might be... you automatically get the school, right?
I believe so.
There is some sort of enchantment effect that is on this particular statue, Widget.
Which one was it? Sorry?
The one in the middle to the south.
There's something magic on the one to the south. Yeah, if you concentrate on it, you automatically get. You know the power of all magic, the power and location of all auras.
Yep, it is a low, a faint aura of enchantment.
There is a spellcraft check to know what the school is. The DC is really low though, so
15 plus spell level, so DC 18.
yeah, yes.
And what's your spellcraft?
His spellcraft is 26.
So you automatically get 28, which minus 15 is 13th level spells.
Yes.
Okay, so you're
That's what I'm saying.
okay,
There's a check, but it's...
I'll just describe the schools of magic. All right, so in the cowls of this guy's hood, like in the dark part of the face, there is an enchantment effect. And then Barnabas, that being pointed out to you, you are able to see that there is a trap. If somebody is too close to the statue and looks at it, like you walk by it, it will
just ignore it. It ignores you.
it will target somebody who walks by it, like right next to it, with a suggestion spell. With your high detect traps, Barnabas thinks that the suggestion spell might be malfunctioning.
Oh, okay.
Because it's really old, and you do see that there are some folk that have made tracks through the garbage widget to avoid that particular statue, like they're aware of it.
Yeah, you don't like that fucking one.
No, we can just avoid this. No sense wasting time on it. Follow the same path.
You want me to punch it?
No.
Cling, cling. Slake has 87 damage.
He should be fast healing, I think.
I don't think he's going
He
to
has-
fast
he has a
heal.
limit.
He's going to do his
Repair?
repair.
Oh, is his fast healing limited? I thought it was just...
No, there's a limit to his fast healing.
He can heal 100. He can heal. Oh, it's 150. 150 hit points per day
Okay.
via his fast healing. So he'll do his repair,
Yep.
which is twice his level if he makes the check, I believe, or once.
Oh, I'll tell you what it is. Cog has the same thing.
Two hit points per character level.
Yeah.
So the starting DC is 25. He has a craft armor of plus 23, so he actually has to roll. That includes the tools. So he gets it. He heals 30. And now the DC of his repair has gone up from 25 to 30. He will attempt another one. failed, he will spend a mythic point and makes it. Yeah, I just mythic point 30 hit points.
That's...
And then he'll fast heal the remaining 27.
We don't have a priest. That's
Yeah,
where the
exactly.
shit is
So
worse.
yeah.
No, it's failed. It's failed on you for the day, right? Like I can't attempt to do it for you, right?
The
I don't think so.
if you fail by 10 or more, you can no longer use this type of action for the next 24 hours.
Mhm.
You didn't fail by 10 though.
Nope.
Okay, let's Thogrim do it. He has a plus 35.
No, that's fine. He spent a few moments.
It's a new set of actions.
Yeah, he spent a few moments back here while you guys were dealing with the traps.
When his can is falling out the back in the middle of the fight, you can bolt it back in.
Yeah, when he can't do it anymore.
Well, Thogrim will take some of his. We'll take like two. We'll ask him for 2 repair kits.
2 of his patch kits. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he carries like a ridiculous number of them.
Yeah. It's like just give me some so I can do it for you if need be.
Yeah. No magic though.
Oh,
You gotta pound it
magic.
in there. Use your elbows.
got it.
Elbow grease only.
You know, grease is a spell, right?
Yeah, he gives you one of the patch kits, which is 10 uses.
Oh, okay. Can I use this on?
Yeah, they are
Howie?
they are Iron Golem patch kits, so you could repair golems, I guess, this way.
Yeah, but could I repair Howie?
That's a good thought.
I don't think so because they're completely different things. But
He's an artifact.
could-
Yeah, we'll have to
come up with something else.
come up with something. Sure. It'll be similar rules.
Cool.
All right, so Slake's pounding out some dents and tightening some bolts. Barnabas has moved up to this next set of doors. They're opened frequently enough, and you don't see any signs of active traps on this one. As well, there's no illusion, although there were signs that there maybe once was a illusory sigil around the door. There may have been a glyph here before. But we're talking hundreds of years ago, somebody came through and broke these things.
Okay.
There is a curious square in the middle of the door, though, that had you pausing. It's like a mosaic square with a bunch of multicolored tiles. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't press. It seems to be telling you something.
Linguistics? It's trying to tell me something.
Yeah, this has to mean something. You memorize the pattern. The pattern is like it's 16 squares, 4x4. You memorize the color pattern, but it's no obvious relevance at this point.
Okay. Open the door. Check the floor for similar patterns in the
Oh yeah.
walls.
Well, you open the door and this room is covered in floor to ceiling, wall to wall mosaics of all the colors that were on the door.
Okay, so now we'll
Effectively, you're
we'll
like,
have
I
another
was
look at that
overthinking
die.
this. This was just telling you you're entering the mosaic room.
Okay, all right.
This deep philosophical puzzle. Restrooms this way. What is a restroom and what is this way?
What is rest? What is a room?
This chamber suspiciously has no dust in it. There's a high vaulted dome. It's about 20 feet up. There's a beautiful tile mosaic showing a masked knight wielding a glowing sword against a chimera.
Okay. I'm just double checking that I've got overland flight up. This is the type of room you just want to float over everything.
Barnabas, give me a perception check.
Okay. Not against traps?
Yeah, this is against traps.
Oh, okay. 48.
There's something sensory about the mosaics that will activate. The whole room is a trap that will basically wake something up.
Okay. Is there a way to not have it do that?
Don't touch any of the tiles in the room.
Okay. Who can't fly right now? Oh, fuck. Slake, really?
Tons of fun.
The tiles are keyed to living creatures. And
He might get away with it.
And these tiles, Barnabas, are of a style that is completely much more anachronistic to the Yuan-Ti Nagaji temple. Like somebody came here and put this tile in after.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in there, deal with that door. Before any of you come in, at least Slake, wait here till the door's open.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens when you step on the floor. All right.
Or we just go traipsing in and...
He backs away. Have at her.
We're gonna go behind the statue. That's a shit idea.
Normally I'd protest and say that whomever's in here doesn't know we're coming, says Aemon. But he looks at Howie with all the cannon fire a moment ago.
No, they buffed the gills.
The entire Imperium could be on its way.
Oh, I didn't call.
Barnabas is looking at him. He's giving him the I'm disappointed in you look. No,
Okay.
irritated with you look.
It's fine. He glances just long enough to see if there's any commands, but sort of ignores you. Well, you got weapons out, and you're ready for something. He's not like gazing at Barnabas to see
In sign language, he signs. This isn't over.
There's this weird one-way hate boner that just makes no sense. It's like this one-way feud.
Okay, well, he moves forward
Burby.
to guard Barnabas.
All right, Slake. Let's see what happens.
Something magical! I'm gonna break it. Slake goes running into the room. He's stomping a little extra loud. Is Slake a living being?
He's a living construct.
Does he have a con score?
Would Heartseeker stab him? What is that?
No,
Slake
he
is
doesn't
a
have a heart.
construct living with a con score. I'm going to say that, yeah, Slake
That
is
sounds
alive.
like it's alive to me. Con scores equal alive, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of my. That's where I go with it.
The
too.
mosaics are starting to lift up and flip over.
Slimes.
All over, like he parts them, and the mosaics are acting almost like a liquid as they're going throughout the room, and there's ripples from every single one of Slake's footsteps. You could see some of the ripples are starting to overlap and kind of hit back on each other, and there's something that is emerging that looks like almost like a two-dimensional mosaic creature.
Oh, we fucking mosaic golem.
The Chimera is coming out of the ceiling.
Friggin' samurai jack monster.
And then behind Slake, kind of along the ceiling, is the knight that was facing the Chimera.
Okay.
I'm going to roll initiative.
He's got Myconites coming out of his ears.
Sure.
really cool.
Mosaic Knight.
I'm not trying to be a critic, but I'm just, the artist is with the like ear explosion thing going on. I am not shooting a disintegrate at that thing. It is coming back at me if I do. Look at that shiny man, shiny animal.
All right, the knight has a +5 on their initiative, and the mosaic chimera has got a +4. That's 2. There we go. That's the right size.
Does Aemon have his mutagen? He does. Good. Okay.
All right, you guys have Good Hope still running for some of you,
Yep.
which impacts initiative. I will paste the initiative rolls. All right, Cog's not here, Brennis is not here, Val's not here, Quintessa is not here, Sunny is not here. He's going to go visit the angels.
Hopefully they're polite, and we don't have to ask them to politely leave this plane. I'm sorry. If banishment works on you, you don't believe.
First.
Yeah.
There's some poor initiative rolls. The highest roll is 14.
So Ahmed is
out of view,
Okay.
so he does have to move into the room. So Howie takes a move.
Thank you, because I wasn't going to move him. I'm a cheer. All right.
Ahmed's here. All right. There's a big dome ceiling. This thing is on the roof, about 20 feet up, and this thing's around the corner. But Slake's like, there we go.
We triggered the trap, which is a.
Thogrim and Howie go first. You can't
muted.
see that thing from here.
Your headset's muted as well as your whatever.
Sorry, I thought there was a third creature here.
Slake.
Oh, okay.
The creature.
Yeah, then good old Howie will come here. He'll move in.
Oh, there you go.
Can
Okay.
you see that thing now?
You can see this thing, and this thing has cover if you wanted to.
Well, you have to go with them. You need to
No.
be at the front of Howie
Oh, I need to see.
because Howie can't see. Right?
I can see.
Yeah, so you have to. There you go. There we
Oh.
go.
Oh, there we go, Howie. So move.
And you're flying above Howie. That's how you're.
I can be beside Howie. Does
Howie
not-
could also be above him. Like it's
Yep.
the.
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
you both are on the ground, and you're.
Oh, I'm flying. I got fly
Okay.
spell.
All right.
Just saying. This dude's up here. Oh, let's blast him. So move. Howie loads.
Howie
I can't
should have already
remember
been
quick.
loaded. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
no, how he's loaded.
Howie aims.
He can't aim. I have to aim for him.
Okay, you aim.
Is it 30 feet or not?
No.
It's way more than 30
It's
feet.
way-
It's on the top of the
okay.
dome ceiling.
Okay, I aim and fire.
Howie,
That's fine.
Like reloads again.
Howie reloads. It's like 30 something still.
It should be flat-footed, and I think it's a touch attack.
It's 30 something.
What
still.
kind of ammunition?
This is shooting. We're still using the same cannonballs. It's adamantine.
Okay.
I can fuck off holes in the ceiling.
All right. It's going to take an immediate action to have it miss. So the thing breaks apart into a bunch of mosaics, and the cannonball bounces off the back stone, and it's one less action next round.
So I moved,
Keyword
I
is
aimed, I
muted.
fired. How he
It
moved,
bullshitted.
how he moved, how he's gonna reload, and he's gonna ready an attack if anything comes close.
Okay. The mosaic chimera down in action swoops in towards Slake. It's flying. It's flying at, like, there are mosaic tiles that are dropping it down like a rope close to Slake, and it's attacking with, we'll say one of its bite. Its lion-like bite. Slake hasn't gone yet. I don't think second level barbarian gives him. Yeah, it gives him uncanny dodge.
Yep, they're the first to get it.
Yep, he was doing this motion, so he didn't have his tower shield out. He was just being reckless. So AC 46.
He's being a ding dong.
Yeah,
Okay.
AC 48 with mutagen, so it misses. He puts up his arm, a bunch of tiles break around him, and he swipes at it. And to the keen eye, there may have been a clue there as to which DR you need. The mosaic, so that was one less action because of its immediate, and then the knight basically moves in for a flank.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
While they were fighting in the mosaic, it does not appear that they're fighting here. Raises his greatsword, plus the flank would be AC 34, and that the greatsword just comes hammering down on Slake's back, but doesn't dent anything. There's a loud scrape as the magical sword goes off of its back. The sword swipe will happen again. This time hitting Slake in the hip, but he turns. All right, you're fucked now. Widget.
Yeah, this is the fuck we looking at? So, Barnabus,
There's a dizzying array of powerful conjuration magic in this room. Like, these are highly magical creatures.
We spent more than a minute getting here, so that is down. We are going to... We're going to see what happens when we give it the ye olde whack. So we're gonna give it a whack and see what happens. We'll go up behind this guy. I'm assuming, does he have a method of seeing that is like, did your blind sense or blind sight?
Nope.
Okay, so he can't see me. All right, I'm gonna try to whack him one. If I don't strike him, I will not. One second. We are going to. Apologies, I've lost my feet. Here we are. I do have 2 vital strikes. You know what? We're going to. I'm just going to hit him once just to see what happens. And the Bard song is not going yet, so this would be plus 37. AC 56.
Yeah, you nail it. However, as the first mosaic breaks, it seems to split in half, and you end up swiping naught but air.
Interesting. Okay. I will then use my last action to... Because I become visible at this point.
Okay.
But I'll use my last action to basically go greater invisible.
Okay. You can go.
Like, as a move action, I can go greater invisible as part of my illusionist.
Got it.
So I'm just gonna go greater invis. Sorry, it's a swift action.
All right, Barnabas.
It's still the pink invisibility because I have mind blink up.
Oh, okay.
It's the can't see me. I'm the unseenable.
Nice.
Oh, sorry. Free action, start a bard song. Move action. What are these things and their weaknesses, and how do you deal with them?
And what? And why the fuck do they keep splitting in half? This is bullshit.
I make a knowledge check. Tell me what you know.
These are very close to being unique.
Okay.
There was a golem crafter about 400 or 500 years ago that was really into mosaics, and he must have been paid to do this mosaic. This type of golem craft goes back to like very early proto-Imperium.
Okay.
And then the things that you do know about it. That they're kind of like golems. They're immune to a lot of spells and conditions. They're basically doing this mosaic dodge. Like as reactions, they could just cause melee attacks to miss, as well as ranged attacks. Like they just miss. It's more of like they're many parts, but they're only one creature. You know that if this is indeed this original mosaic golem crafter's craft, that they have rejuvenation. You destroy them, they'll be back in a day.
Wow.
The way you defeat them is you need to concentrate your efforts all.
You need like 2 weapon fighting, lots of attack rolls.
Yeah, these single big hits from your companions aren't gonna you'll be here all day. Adamantine magic.
All right. He casts greater heroism on Aemon. The fuck you waiting for? Get in there.
Okay, he nods, grits his teeth.
All right, lots of hits, not big, single big ones. You hear that? Thogrim? Lots of hits.
Hey, Thogrim, go after one of us swings. When it all comes back together, time it.
Yeah, I hit the guy you just hit. Ah! Slake is now punching at,
There we go.
punching at the
You
areas
got
that...
We need to work as a team.
All right, Slake.
How many times can it dodge?
Slake is going to rage.
We
We'll
don't
find
know
out.
the answer, but Marty talked about the mechanic when describing the action, so I could guess.
He gets +2 flanking with Widget.
Wait till one of us
And
does damage, and then attack that one before its turn starts. That'd be
Slake
good.
gets Bard Song, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He does, +4.
It sounds so good in my ears.
All right, AC 42 hits, and he cracks hundreds of these little mosaic things as his fist goes right through it. It was trying to spread, but it was just coming back together from Widget's attack and is now vulnerable to Slake's attacks. And then +6, -5 for a second attack. He hits again. And then the last one, +6, -10. He rolls nat 20. He hits 3 times. Oh! His foot goes through the bottom and he's punching away. Mosaic tiles are flying everywhere. They seem to be reforming, but Slake is just going to town. And let me check to see if he can do...
Do they have to beat these fucking things every time? Is there some sort of like password or badge or some shit?
Oh, we'll figure it out later. As long as we're out by the end of the day, we're fine.
Oh, my grand creation. Dispel your fucking
All right, so his fists are considered magical for the purposes of DR, and they're adamantine. So 3d6 plus this much. He does 144 damage to the Mosaic Knight. About half of the tiles are missing after that attack. All right, that was Slake. roaring and yelling. And Aemon.
Aemon's gonna get in there. He can fly. Yes, from here, so he can aid Slake's AC if he wants to. So that's one move. He'll attack twice. Aemon, with his new sword. Barnabus is like, yes.
The +5 adamantine scimitar? Yeah.
The +5 vicious adamantine scimitar.
Oh.
All right. Plus 20.
I don't want to hit.
Plus 32. AC 43.
Yeah, you strike at a bunch of the mosaic tiles. You get through the DR with your blade. You scatter a bunch of them.
Okay. Plus 27. And not 20, so 47.
2 hits.
All right, so plus. Oh, that's right. No DR. So we'll do it all at once. 6 plus 62. 79 damage total.
Okay, Aemon,
Nice.
on the second blow, scatters the mosaic knight across the floor, and it doesn't reform.
Aemon takes 9 damage.
Okay, the party notices that Aemon's bleeding out of his ears, eyes, and nose.
Fuck. Does his weapon have a new enchantment on it?
It's a brand new weapon. It's
Oh.
all the enchantments were put. Oh, Thogrim knows. Thogrim put the enchantment on. He knows.
Yeah, there was a conversation with Thogrim and went, "Are you sure?" This hurts.
Barnabus
the
was
wielder.
like, "Yeah, I'm
All
sure."
We don't have a fucking priest.
That's Aemon.
He looks at Aemon, and he looks at Barnabas. He's surprised. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. You thought he would.
Barnabas shouts, "Surprise!"
Aemon's just gritted teeth. He's facing his foe. He doesn't care that.
It does do an extra 2d6 damage.
It does.
Yeah.
This is true.
All right, Thogrim and Howie.
Okay, so let's see. I shot the thing, lost an action, then it got to do something.
It's attacking Slake right now.
Yeah.
You did have your readied if you want to, although he can't see it. It's just out of his.
You cannot
He
see
would
it.
have been able to shoot the Mosaic Knight in the back of the face, but he didn't jump in on time.
Okay.
There's a shiny
Aim.
man here, Master. Oh,
Aim
it's-
at that spot. I aim.
Okay.
I tell Howie to shoot. Howie reloads.
Okay, we'll roll.
I'll
Hit.
roll Howie's attack. Well, 20.
Okay, the Mosaic Chimera doesn't want to get cannonballed. It splits and.
Howie
the attack
reloads.
misses.
Tell him to keep firing in the same spot. Battle strike.
Okay, what's the second attack?
That's my attack now.
Okay.
That should do it. That'll do. 40 something.
Yeah, that hits, and the creature is injured. You send a bunch of the mosaics tiles flying through the creature to the back of the room. Cannonball shot rips through the creature and hits the back wall like a giant knocker.
76.
Knocks at the doors.
Shitty roll. But no
76, and these are adamantine and magical.
Yeah.
Okay. Mosaics don't like magical adamantine cannonballs. They were not. They don't
So
like
I'm done. So he fired, aimed. Yeah, he's good. We're all good.
Okay. The mosaic creature, almost like it is summoning the fires from which it was baked, breathes a massive cone of fire on the party.
Think we have protection?
We have.
I think we do.
Yeah, I think so.
Cone of fire is 60 feet.
We have resistance.
Look at that. I just tagged Barnabus.
Well,
Resist fire communal.
Okay, it does 55 fire damage. Reflex save, 25.
Savu. All right.
Thogrim's fine. All right, how are you, piece of shit?
Oh. 25, you said?
Yep.
So 17.
Slake failed, so he takes 1/3 of that as healing.
Well, he auto
17.
fire saves, doesn't he?
Oh, does he
I don't
auto
think
fail?
he gets a roll.
Like 17, I think, something like
Yeah,
If it just heals him, I don't know why you'd.
that.
Widget,
Wanna fail.
It was how much fire damage? 57?
57 fire, Marty?
55.
55.
55.
No, it
Okay,
doesn't say
so-
about anything about auto fail, but he can fail. He didn't know it was fire. He just instinctually tried to.
Okay,
do it
so
anyway.
Widget takes 5 damage after his false life.
Divide by
Ow!
3.
Fuck!
Howie.
Yeah, he's got 18 temp points now.
Plus 8.
Over here.
Barnabas makes it, and so does
Aemon?
Aemon.
Okay.
So
Wait,
with,
9,
with
10,
the resistance, they don't take any damage.
How about the... So minus 30 is 25. What about the for Howie? How much damage does he take? There's a hardness of 18. Does that go through the hard? Does that go through the hardness?
Did
or...
he fail?
He failed, yeah.
If he's got the immunity magic as per Iron Golem, it says no saving throw against fire. I was just
No,
double checking.
he's a magical object right now.
Cool.
So he failed. So minus 30 is 25, and I'll let you apply your hardness. So he's got like 8 damage, I guess.
Sorry, I was describing Slake.
Yes.
If Slake is an Iron Golem power, then Iron Golem power normally has no save. It's just you. Like he can't screw up and burn his gear.
Iron Golem gets no save. Yep, you're right. He does have minor resist to all elements, so he might have got healed less. Through Forsaker,
That's
I
kinda
think he's
funny.
got
Yep.
resist 10 to all the elements. Let me check. Energy resistance 10 to all the elements, including Sonic.
That's
so
funny.
he took 3 less healing.
Including Sonic is fun.
Yep. Just like standing there, and he's just getting like redder. Fuck
He's
you!
kneeling.
All right. Does everyone rolled and saved and? took their
Yeah,
damage and
we just
stuff?
failed, and
Okay.
he took some damage.
Because the chimera is still putting itself to get back together from the cannonball. It doesn't have any other actions. Widget. It's about 5 feet off the ground at this point.
Why,
It's
you
swung
dirty-
down into the.
Why, you dirty prick! We're going to fly ourselves to the other side.
Okay, you've got the special invisibility. So
I got the special.
even though it has a twinkle in its eye, it is unable to sense Widget.
Okay, and we are going to beat the crap out of it. We're going to strike it 2 times. Because we suspect that it's not going to break up and regrow and all that jazz, but
Yeah,
right.
it just dodged the cannonball. So and then you got hit by the second cannonball.
AC 52.
Oh, you're having a fun time. The sound of the tinkling from the mosaics as they break is fun sound.
AC 45.
You know, to the warriors who get all
jazzed
Get
up.
all jazzed up with the adrenaline. Yeah.
Woo! Woo! All right, so 2d8 plus 41. 41. 91 damage after DR.
Nice.
Or no, ball getting through DR.
Yeah, the creature is about half of the tiles are missing. The broken ones aren't coming back up into its form.
There we go.
Okay. That was Widget with the whirligig. Jackhammering, like, porcelain sounds. Stuff flying everywhere. Barnabas. You can still hear the ringing of Barnabas's cane as he like used that to begin his little speech.
Why the fuck don't I have overland flight? Oh, he casts overland flight on himself because
Lifting off the ground. Okay.
he'll stay there. That's
Okay.
enough for him right now.
Close enough, yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's
Actually,
not.
if anything, we'll just step back a little bit, just 5 more feet back, away from that breath weapon. There
Out
we
of the
go.
breath weapon, huh? Yeah.
It just got him.
Well, it's not close enough for Slake. Get on the ground! Slake has to 5-foot step in. He will punch a couple of times. The first one is that with power attack, but with buffs. He hits in the 40s, and in the -5 in the next one hits in the 40s, plus the flank with Widget. So that's 2 strikes, bypassing all the DR, and the thing hasn't had its turn yet, so... Oh, no, it has had its turn. Mosaic Chimera, yeah, okay, so it decided for whatever reason to block Slake's first attack. It split a little bit. It's still a golem. It might be on... You might be hitting it too fast for it to react.
It'd be 40. It's going to be the same thing. It's about 45 or 50 damage. From,
Yep. With Bard Song, that's another 4.
Or maybe it's waiting for the cannonball.
Yeah, Slake did 50 damage to it.
Which is exactly what Widget does. So it's
Yep. It's like 2/3 falling apart. It's not going to be able to survive another round. Aemon. Oh, I'll get you, Goathead! I'll get you! As the goat head disappeared for one of Slake's punches, but he ended up punching the lion head.
Aemon has done more damage to himself with his sword than that fire did to the party.
Well, Aemon critical... No, he didn't critical miss, but he missed slipping on a bunch of the broken tiles.
Precious
And then a second hit. Missed by 2. Are you including flank? From a flying Widget?
Mark, you muted if you're saying something.
Sorry. No, I was not including a flank in there.
Okay, so he hit on the second time.
All right.
This time hitting up into the belly, and you managed to anticipate where all the mosaics were flowing and meeting the flow with the end of your blade, sending them scattering throughout the room.
All right. Shit. What was the plus 27 plus 29 plus 30? Yeah, so 64. Oh, sorry, 32. So 35 damage.
35 damage. Okay. The creature is still there after that attack, but you're whittling it down. It's almost to the point where like little clusters of mosaic tiles are spread out too far to get them all in one hit.
Oh.
Come on, Thogrim, you've got this.
Yeah, Thogrim.
The thing
It
deflected
dodged
the
one
shot?
of Slake's punches. It doesn't look like Thogrim. It'll be able to dodge your cannonball.
Okay, load, Howie.
Yes, master.
So,
My barrel is warm and ready.
So he fired, he aimed, fired, he loaded. So he's already loaded. So I vital strike.
You blast the mosaic chimera. Can you do more than 48 damage?
It should. 80.
80 damage? Yeah, Thogrim with another cannon fire. This time the cannon is now not outside fighting to get in, it's inside the building firing in the room. And this back door this back stone door has been hit by like 4 cannonballs already this fight. The mosaic tiles are all over the ground. They stop moving, and Barnabus can see that the trap has expended its magic and will slowly start reknitting itself over time.
What's this way?
There's a hallway. In fact, Widget is in a nice position to make a perception check.
Who's watching me? 34, and there's no darkness for me.
Okay.
No darkness, which imprisons me. All that I can see. Absolute
Yep,
horror.
I'm just checking. Okay, Widget notices that somebody had put up like a shadowy cobweb, almost like they wanted curtains. And that gives them cover to their stealth.
Is that magic shadowy cobwebs?
Yep.
Just fire some cannonballs through it. See, I sounded like that shit.
You noticed a creature watching you. It looked like a barbed humanoid. Like a humanoid just covered in spines. It looked like it was injured. And at the end of the combat, when all of the mosaics kind of blasted down with the last cannonball, it teleports away. I don't know if Widget has any like reactionary.
Well,
First, what is your spellcraft? It could be Dimension Door, it could be Teleport.
Yep.
So,
what is spellcraft? My spellcraft is plus 26. I need to get an item for that. 44.
okay, it's greater. The creature is greater teleporting away.
Which kind of means it's an angel, a devil, or a demon, usually.
Yep.
And it's doing it as a spell ability and not as a spell.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So it's an angel,
Great.
a devil, or a demon. Or like.
All right,
You know.
and then Widget, through his spell, notices that there is a. How should we call this? A major image of shadowy. Shadowy webs. It was using an illusion to give itself concealment,
Yeah,
so
give
it could
props
hide
for
in the.
you know that's a
Yep.
that's fine illusion.
Otherwise, the hallway is really long and at a very awkward angle to the rest of the building.
So we were spotted, in case anybody was wondering. Some sort of spiky demon thing.
And Widget sees in darkness as if perfect light, right? Perfect
Yeah,
daylight.
he's got the devil.
Okay,
sword.
so this hallway does have Nagaji-ish inscriptions along them. Some of them are pictographs. And the room, at this angle, you can see the edge of a sarcophagus, and then another very large square sarcophagus. It's not a long and thin sarcophagus.
If these are Nagaji, shouldn't they be circular?
You notice some bones, and perhaps a spiky body on the ground, and then a door at this angle.
There's some shit down in the telepathic bond. There's
Yeah.
some shit down here. Some sarcophaguses and crap. Some sort of sacrifice pit or whatever. Some door. It's way down there. It's 100 feet, 200 feet, something like that.
That's good going then.
Those webs are illusions.
Fascinating. After you, Slake.
We're going down there, not through any of these.
We'll come back to it.
All right.
So you want to give me a moment? Howie's got 41 damage. I have 27. I'm going to take a moment to fix our dumb asses.
Don't
You
go
got
too far
27
ahead
damage?
alone. This is Aemon.
Yeah, I've got 27 damage. I'm going to drink a...
Don't go too far ahead alone.
Yeah.
I got an eye on him.
Moderate wounds.
Although he's pretty fucking far out there.
Yeah, Barnabas.
2d8 plus 5.
There are
No, 3.
Yuan Ti pictographs that are carved into the stone, and they're showing teeming throngs of thralls that are a mixture of goblin.
Wait, how much damage do I have? 27, 21. Oh, I'm good.
Goblins, kobolds, and a small group of maybe humanoids, other humanoids. And then there are still throngs of like Nagaji kind of on the glyph above them. And you can see that they're both taking orders and giving orders to the mine thralls. And then you've got like 3 casts of Yuan Ti above them. One are humanoids that look very human but have slight snake-like features.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the bottom rung, and then you've got humanoids, 2 arms, 2 legs, that are heavy snake-featured. They seem to be like taskmasters. And then you've got above it, full-on like giant giant boa constrictor, like snake for legs with 2 arms and all sorts of regalia, and and then there's at the top of it there's a symbol that in a few places where it appeared it does look like somebody has like pried out the symbol, but you do see one that is that was not made from a precious gemstone or a semi-precious stone, and I need a knowledge religion or a knowledge planes.
I will take a 20 on knowledge planes, and that will. I gotta look it up again. Why do I still have to look this up? I think it's 62.
He's big. Real big.
No, I took 20. So 75. Knowledge planes.
Knowledge planes. Okay. This is one of the gods that have succumbed to living in the abyss. It is the god Mershulk.
Name I haven't heard in like a decade of gaming.
Yep. Mershulk was, I guess, at the time, the chief god of Reptilian Yuan Ti, a chaotic evil despot who cared little for his followers save that they remained devoted to him and made frequent bloody sacrifices to him.
Okay.
His symbol is a cobra head. He's chaotic evil. He rules over these... what was it? What was the total for the knowledge planes? 75. Yeah, he rules over the 74th layer of the abyss called Smaragd. He's the god of beasts, predators, and somnolence, which means sleepiness. Well, snakes eat and then they kind of...
and then they nap for 3 days, yeah.
Domains, animal, chaos, charm, destruction, fate, plant, scaly kind, and war. And it is a... Yuan Ti on many worlds worship him. It is lucky that the good nations and powers like the Imperium and others usually strike down his cults whenever they find them. And at one point in time, Volcanica had a problem with Yuan Ti, and that was one of, in addition to dragons, the Yuan Ti were things that were hunted down. Demon worshippers, basically, as they were categorized as. But yeah, this basically tells you that Mershulk and the Yuan Ti did have sway here at Nezra Falls and in this temple complex.
We're very lucky. This is an old temple of Mashok. There's not a lot of these around anymore.
The chamber up ahead, by reading some of the glyphs that are here, I think you also speak Nagaji.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, you know that now that there's a language, like a Yuan-Ti language.
Okay.
You could probably study glyphs in this temple later on to at least have exposure to it.
It's a nice tropic place. Maybe Barnabus buys a little villa down here by the river, or a little retirement.
Live in a
land.
van down by the river. Sorry.
No, not that kind of life.
You remember Reminos, right?
Yep.
He also shared the lair with Mershulk.
Well, guess his roommate moved. So.
Yeah, up ahead, you're not surprised to see that basically this is a burial chamber for Yuan-Ti. To your language, it would be abominations, which are the highest caste of Yuan-Ti, which are the ones with the snake behinds. And you find a bunch of square sarcophagi, some of which that are open, some of them have not been opened, and it does look like a pitched battle happened here recently.
Recently.
There is a dead cultist. It looks like the cultist stabbed himself in the neck. Like he's holding on to his own dagger. There's another cultist that looks like he was crushed, and interwoven amongst the bony, perhaps even animated remains of one of the abomination, mummified, is a barbed devil.
Barnabas is gonna fly.
Yeah, one of them fucking things was watching us.
What is a barb devil doing here?
The barbed devil
I thought there was a bunch of demon worshippers.
it has tattoos similar to the tattoos that you have.
Like magical tattoos? Or
No, it's branded, as in the spots that don't have spikes, there's a specific brand, probably marking its allegiance.
All right. Can I tell whose allegiance?
Yeah. So you're looking at that. This box is the one that is open near the door. I'm just going to give it a... and that thing came from that box widget.
It came from that box?
Yeah, it looks like one of the maybe when the cultists removed the lid, or maybe it just came out of the lid, but it attacked things, and there's signs that there was a fight. Give me 1 second, I need to find the answer to Mark's question. Knowledge planes.
Yeah, there's problems in them boxes.
I'll take 20, and I'll add an extra D6 to it. 76. That's a waste of an inspiration point. But...
Oh, I'm surprised how many times the word devil appears in here. They bear the mark of Azariel, the Archduchess of Avernus, and Lord of the first layer of hell.
Huh. I don't have any idea why Zariel's sending anything here. No, of course you don't.
I don't fucking know.
No, I'm asking the Avernadon.
You know, Mark, that Azariel is a fallen angel